And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
So
Made it halfway through the week.
Hump Day is what they officially call this day. Any big plans for midweek?
No, I mean, last night was kind of busy, but today's just going to be working, you know. We had a soccer awards night for my older son last night, and then my younger son was playing baseball, so I hit both events.
Yeah, that's a busy night.
Yeah.
And of course, a busy night in Meridian, Mississippi, and a few small towns out there that had elections, runoffs last night. As we go back over, Jimmy Smith looks like he's going to be the competitor on the Democrat side as they head to those June 8th runoffs, or election day. Yeah. So a change is coming.
It is.
And I didn't realize.
I think change is good, you know.
But it's like 5 aldermen, or what do you call those, councilmen that are going to be changing positions. So it's like a whole new college group coming in to run Meridian.
Well, I hope it's for the better. You know, I hope that good things will come of it. So,
yeah, let's hope so. Keep everybody's fingers crossed.
Yes.
And as Meridian most likely will go a new direction. We expect that anyway.
Yes.
So no big lunch plans today, anything like that?
No, I just get lunch when I can. I don't
Lunch on the run?
I don't have a set time or anything like that. If I have a little break, I run and get it.
Now, are you one of those calorie counters to where whatever you bring in at lunch that nobody would want to eat your lunch?
No.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I'm not one of those.
Because I've been around people, they bring in their lunch. I'm like, there is no way if you left that, I'd even think about taking a bite of that.
That's probably why they bring it.
That may be. I'm like, now, if you show up with some waffle fries from Chick-fil-A, I'm probably going to take one.
Yeah. It's a good thing we don't have a Chick-fil-A in North Hills because I'd probably weigh more than I do.
Don't you wish they did, though? That would be a great place.
I really think that it would be a good idea. You know, that would be a great location. They would stay swamped all the time. But, I mean, because people drive all the way across town just to go to Chick-fil-A. I know I used to. I used to go out there to get those peach milkshakes.
Peaches? I've never had a peach milkshake.
Oh, my gosh. You like peaches?
So.
Well,
but a peach milkshake?
Oh, they're so good.
Huh. I got a vanilla one the other day, but I've never tried peach. I didn't even know they made that.
At Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They have the peach milkshakes. They're like seasonal. They might be having them now. I don't know. But that and those frozen lemonade type milkshake things. But
you know so much more than me about menus.
Well, anyway, but normally every day I just like run and get a Subway sandwich or something, you know.
I always know the quick thing, number 1 or number 4. I don't vary from things like that.
Well, I started doing the little, you know, they can scan. You put the Chick-fil-A app on your phone, and when you pull up to order your meal, they scan the little barcode thing on it on your phone, and so you get points built up. So
and you get a free
right, you get free whatever. You know, I'm like a silver member now.
What does it? Oh, is that pretty good?
Yeah, I mean you. I guess you ramp on up to like a platinum or something, you know. But anyway,
I got a bunch of Holiday Inn points that I've never used. I guess I ought to cash those in.
Yeah, y'all need to go on a vacation.
A vacation.
Yes, you do.
That means you got to do this by yourself.
No, you don't. Then. No, I'm just speaking. You do need a vacation. I need one too. I do. So,
well, good luck. Let me know where you go.
Probably camping.
Camping. As we go to radar this morning, let's take a look here. Out to our west, we look great here in Mississippi and Alabama, no rain, but a lot of rough weather occurring out here in Denton, Texas, just to the west of there. Up through here, we've got showers there. It had a tornado warning just due west of Fort Worth earlier this morning. We got some flood warnings up through there. This goes up through Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Fayetteville, Arkansas, some rough weather. Near Joplin there, where they had that horrible tornado a few years ago. But nothing severe expected for us. We get some rain on Thursday night, and it'll be okay.
Did you happen last night to see any rain in the forecast last night?
I didn't really pay attention because I didn't look. Did you get a little bit?
Well, I happened to like pop on one of the little things on my phone, and it looked like it was just covered on the radar with rain, and I was like, what is this? And so I think Kurt had something in the back of his truck, so he ran it because his phone was showing the same thing. And it was like, anyway, he ran out there and got that out of the back of his truck. He didn't want it to get wet. And it never rained, but it was the weirdest thing. I don't know if it was something that was messed up.
Every now and then your cell phones will get that, what they call ground clutter on a radar, and it will look as though there's rain, but it's not.
But even on the hourly thing, the percentage of rain, it was like 50%. It was really weird. It was, I don't know. anyway.
Well, I'll have to go back.
We didn't get rain.
Let's see here. Last night,
It was clear.
rain is approaching Rose Hill. And I got that at, no, that was this morning, 4:28, 5:15 this morning. A little snippet there went through Rose Hill.
It was dry as a bone outside at our house. So I don't know.
Faked you off, didn't it?
It did. It did.
As we mentioned weather, I wanted to say this because this man has done, I remember when I was 16 or 17 years old when we could adjust the antenna back then because there was no such thing as cable in Scuba, Mississippi.
We didn't have it either. We had a little antenna. We'd have to put tinfoil on.
But I remember being on the air, and yesterday marked the 10th anniversary of those horrible tornadoes that came through. And I was on the air in Meridian, and we covered them. But this man done so much for Alabama. I just thought he got recognized in the Washington Post from Alabama, James Spann. And he did a phenomenal job. And enough praise cannot be given to that guy. Recently, one of the tornadoes came through, and I don't know if you even saw that little clip where he's live on the air, and he goes, "Give me just a moment." He steps off, and he calls his wife and tells her a tornado's hitting her house. And then he comes right back on the air and continues what he's doing. And everything turned out okay. Their house was damaged, but he is an all-around good guy. And so thumbs up to James Spann for making it national news there, for doing something great for Alabama.
That's right. That's a great honor.
It is. So you can't say enough about something like that. A lot of hard work went into that, all those years of doing that. So.
Yeah.
So we recognize that go above and beyond is what we're saying.
I hear his name often, so he has made a name for himself.
He
that's
has.
a good one.
We got some folks that are watching this morning we want to say hello to.
That's right. Iron Hillman, good morning to you. And Terry Carter, good morning.
It is
And I
hump
am
day.
so glad it's hump day. I'm glad it's Wednesday.
So we are
Wish it was Friday.
A weekend is coming.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Milton Savelle is watching. Good morning to you. Also, Pat Banks, all the way from Macon, Mississippi.
Patricia Boswell, good morning. And Brian McCary says howdy.
All right. Also, Ed Merhoff, morning to you as well. And Patricia Boswell, I love the peach milkshakes also.
They
so
are
she's
good.
hooked on them too.
That's right.
Feel like the only one that hadn't had one.
Chad Acton says good morning from Meridian Ward 5. And he says he's glad that we're doing this every morning.
Yeah, and
we're so glad y'all are watching.
He's off to the races on June 6th, I think, is when the election is. Oh. Also, who else we got there?
Charlene Etheridge, good morning, and we hope you have a blessed day too, Charlene.
Yes, we do. Let's see. Peggy says, Candace, I'm ready to go camping too.
I'm ready, but I don't know about you, Peggy, but it's hard to find a campsite nowadays. Everybody's camping. Yes. The reservoir, it's like booked up till July. Seriously.
Golly.
Like I can't, the spots that we like to camp on that have the lots of parking area and all that, booked up till July. So anyway.
So did you ever do just the tent thing as a kid, go camping with just a tent?
I had the good idea to go camping with a tent, and that was my intentions. But when night came, I was like, no, I ain't doing it.
That was the big thing when we were about 14, 15 years old. We'd go up to the woods behind our house, put up our little tent there and camp out. Boy, that was something. Those old burning a fire at night, it was great.
Oh, it'd be great until nighttime, like till it was time to go to bed. Let me put that
Didn't
way.
like
and then I had to go
or
in the house,
You just didn't like the hot or...
Well, I mean, coyotes.
But
and
you zip up your tent where nothing can get in there on you.
If a coyote wants you, he's coming through a tent.
Oh, my heavens. Did you see the video
It's
since
the
you brought that
fabric
up?
between you and the...
Where the dad is in the yard and a bobcat comes in the yard and goes to attack.
Yes, and he grabs him and he throws him, launches him across the yard. Yeah, that would be...
So he gets the Dad of the Year award.
And then the thing comes back. Did you see that? It comes flying back at his wife again. So that would be my luck. But
It would be.
But I am ready to go camping. So
Sue Hamner says she loves her some James Spann. Also, Donna Roseman, good morning. She's watching to everyone. Thank you.
yes, and Elmer Talbert, good morning to you. We're so glad you're watching. And Miss Barbara Vicks watching also.
Also, Edna Barfield, up morning, y'all. I love it when everybody says y'all. I love using that word as much as I can.
I know, me too. I use it all the time. Of course, I use ain't and all those other words too. But Chad Acton says that June the 8th.
Whoops.
June the 8th. You said June the 8th a while ago, though.
And then I boo-booed up.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get it right at some point. But
I need to see, that's when I need to have something in letter in front of me.
Yeah.
Print it out. Where
we're going to put it in big, bold print.
I have to have little stickers everywhere I go of what I'm supposed to do.
Miss Carol Stamper says that we're her go-to for the news and weather, and we're so glad.
Thank you.
Y'all
and
watch
again,
us
you
every day.
can't, if you watch this and you've got a smart television, you can throw it up on the big screen and see it on your television there if you like doing that.
Denise Covington loves your purple shirt.
Ooh, this is my purple weather shirt. I got it for Christmas.
I like it.
Well,
It's
thank you.
nice.
Appreciate
it's really
that.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Chad Acton says that June the 7th, which is the day before the election, is his 25th wedding anniversary.
So
we'll have to remember to say happy anniversary.
Has it been that? I remember when you got married.
5 years.
Oh my!
That's a milestone.
It is. Yeah.
Early congratulations and early,
I can't believe she put up with him that long. Let's see. Hump Day. Linda Jane's all over that. And Linda Culpepper also says good morning to each of us. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate that.
We have Nick Dial watching from Clarkdale.
Hey, boy. He's all at
Good
'em.
morning.
If you're ever in a bad situation, cornbread is one of those. It's always good to have in your corner.
Really?
Yeah. He protected me one time. Somebody big and ugly wanted to hurt me, and he told them he'd hurt them if they got near me.
Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah, go ahead, man. We'd stopped to have a he and I think where was that, West Virginia, Ohio, something like that, and somebody, a regular steakhouse, and somebody chunked a bottle across the room, and it got ferociously bad. Kind of like that thing happened in Jackson.
Yeah, I was going to say kind of like what restaurant was that over there?
The Kick and Crab. Yeah. But it turned into a scene just like that. And it was like, am I really standing in the middle of this? And it was behind enemy lines. We were in what do you call that? Yankee country, way up there.
All right. Well, I'm glad he protected you.
He was there.
So, thank you.
Well, let's see here. As we look at different things going on across America, what are the stories that pops up first? And I am totally against having to use a little card, and I think they gave you that card for a reason when you got vaccinated.
Yeah.
Here's the headline on this. In D.C., and of course, is a very liberal city. They want to, the nightclubs want you to show that before you're allowed to enter to go to a nightclub. Thoughts on that? Good, bad, or is that really what we need to do?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous, and I know there's fake things floating around out there too.
Yeah, so it really wouldn't prove.
Just like fake IDs. Like when we were in high school, if there was some people that wanted to get in a bar or somewhere, they had fake IDs. There was there were.
And there's some good ones out there that, they sell them at truck stops. Let's just be honest with you. They sell it all throughout Texas. You can buy a driver's license anywhere.
Right, but I did see a fake form for like the vaccine thing where you fill it out and all. I saw that floating around not long ago. But you're pushing people to that extent. I'm not saying that's right. It's not right. But, don't be surprised when people start doing that when you're like pushing them towards that. Because to me, it's wrong. To force people to get it. Just like Joe Biden coming on and saying that he was lifting the mask mandate for all people who've been vaccinated. Yeah.
You ain't really lifted anything.
You don't have to wear at outdoor events. You don't have to wear your mask now as long as you're vaccinated. But what does he do? He walks up to the microphone to give the speech with a mask on outside. So,
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make, but nothing he does to me makes sense. So
watch that news media is all we're saying. Don't believe half of what you see there.
That's right.
They can take it and twist it just a little bit there. Let's see here. Tucker, now that you brought that up, Tucker threw this out there, and I think it was last night, maybe the night before last. He's not saying do anything wrong. I don't want you to take this in the wrong way. He's just saying politely but firmly tell people that you're not going to wear your mask outside. I'd really, if you're outside, and they've even proven that thing to where the 6 foot distance isn't true anymore.
Well, when I haven't had my mask on and lots of other people have their mask on, I'm just waiting for that one person to go, why don't you wear your mask? I'm just thinking somebody at some point is going to say something to me.
So
sure.
How will Candace react? Will you be calm, cool, and collective, or will you turn around and tell them what you really think?
I don't know. I'll try to be calm, cool. With me, it just really depends on how you approach me. If you come at me with a defensive attitude, I'm probably not going to be super nice, but I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try. I don't want to be ugly to anybody, but I can't stand that. People to just automatically attack you, verbally attack you for any reason, or just be blatantly, especially when this is my pet peeve. If I'm in Walmart or somewhere, I always try to be nice. I do. I'm not try. I am nice. But I.
Now she's backing up on her niceness.
No. I'm not ugly to anybody unless
they're ugly to you.
Right. You walk up to put your groceries on the thing, and I'm like, hey, how are you today? And it's just like,
If you're rude and ugly, that's how you're going to be.
Don't say
too.
a word. I'm like, okay. So I don't ever say anything. But then somebody this is one thing that happened to me one time, and I just have to stress it.
What is it?
I put stuff on the conveyor belt. And I kid you not, it was probably like 4 or 5 things. And the price was outrageous when she rung it up. And I was like, are you sure? Like, she goes, just write the check.
Oh.
At that moment, had I not needed those things because I was shipping them in the mail to somebody, and I was in a hurry, had I not really needed them, I'd have walked off and left them right there. Because, that was just blatantly rude. I can't take that.
Okay, my rudeness level was, I don't know, remember it was like $8.63 for what it was. So I reach in and I got this little thing here. I ain't got it on me there that folds your money to where you don't have a big wallet, and I keep it in my front pocket. Mm-hmm. So in my right pocket, I got my change. Mm-hmm. So I laid my little wallet there, and I counted out my 63 cents, and I put it on the counter, and then I counted out the $1 bills. And the clerk looked at me, and she goes, "You think I'm picking that up?" Oh.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't move. I made them call a manager. Because she was accusing me of being something that I was not.
Right.
And I don't care who you are. You don't do that. And if you work for somebody and do that, you need to not work there anymore. Money is money. You're there to take the money.
Mm-hmm. This is another. I know I'm running my mouth this morning, but this is another thing. It was Christmas time. Walmart was crazy. Of course, they had like 3 registers open and people were lined up, backed up. They had a lady who was not used to being a cashier. She usually stocked, I think. She didn't know really how to do everything. And so
trying to learn.
Right. And so anyway, she's just standing there and she's asking this lady that's walking by that is a normal cashier. She asked her to help her. She said, can you come here for just a second? She said, no, I'm on break.
You don't do that.
And she walked off and left her standing there. And the woman looked like she's about in tears because you can imagine Christmas time at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't deal with rude people with a nice attitude. I did call the manager and I called the store back
and
after that. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
But you look at this and what people don't realize, they're being put out of a job. More and more you see the electronic scan your own stuff. It's be nice because that job is going away.
Right. And yesterday I popped on Facebook and a local restaurant somebody took a picture of it. Or I think maybe it was the owner of the restaurant posted it. But it was a sign that they had in their restaurant that said, "Please be patient with our workers because we're shorthanded."
Yeah.
And nobody wants to work.
Boy, that's true.
And it's true. People are struggling all over this town and I think all over the United States because all this money being, given to everybody. Even if you don't ask for it, you're getting it.
Yeah, that's right. They're handing it out.
You're getting it. I got a letter yesterday saying that each person in our household would get $1,400. They're going to get $1,400. Another stimulus thing, and I'm like, where is this money?
Can you list me as being part of your household?
Where is it coming from? I don't understand. And they just deposit it into your bank account if you don't ask for it or not. And don't get me wrong, everybody
needs money.
Money helps, but it also has
Creates
to be paid
problems.
Back at some point, somehow or
a
another.
future generation or somebody, and it may be you in the next couple of years.
Like I said, I feel like at some point they're going to go, okay, you got to pay taxes on all this stimulus money, and you're going to go, what?
I ain't got the money.
You took it, you got to pay taxes.
You watch. There's a catch somewhere.
I'm serious.
Or a business will be hit with that tax, and it'll force them to close more doors.
Yeah.
If you don't work for it, I don't think you ought.
It's like some way you're going to get it.
Something.
Somehow. So.
Yeah,
anyway.
we'll watch that closely.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon, I went out to the southeast area, and I got to drop in and see Charlie at the Red Barn Planting Produce. A lot of produce has come in, and if you're looking for any tomatoes, boy, they got a bunch of those.
Good. I love tomatoes.
Drop in and see them. Of course, they had a bunch of squash and peppers and things of that nature there. And as you look into this, okra, anybody like all that, they got all this good stuff there for you.
those peas.
Yeah.
Already put up and bagged up. All you got to do is put them in the water.
That's what you do. And of course, I think I interrupted the water hose a moment there as he was taking care of the plants, getting them ready for everybody. But if you're looking for any type of plant or produce, drop in and see Charlie. It's there at the four-way stop. I call it the four-way. It's a red light there on Highway 19 South. He'll help you there. Charlie will help you find anything that you're looking for, and it's grown locally. These are great mom and pop places here that grow this stuff here. You'll like it, from azaleas to roses. See him. He's got hanging pots and all kinds of great things there for you at the Red Barn. Call him today. You can check in with him at 938-6439. If it's a particular item that you want, he'll get it for you.
Anytime you can buy local, it's a great thing, I think. Support our local businesses.
That's right. And that's what they do at the Red Barn. See him today. Again, that's Highway 19 South. You can reach him at 938-6439 for any plants or produce that you may be wanting there. That's good stuff there.
Yeah. Tabby Joe Long says that money's going to run out. Better put back and keep working. The thing is, they're printing money. They're printing more money. And so that's going to make things go. I mean, it's still got to be paid back, you know.
But you're right. A lot of people won't go or not thinking here. They're taking this quick money and not taking a job, and that money will run out. And I think is what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And then there won't be a job for you.
That's right.
The long-term effect.
Well, that's what I said. How long can the stimulus? I mean, $1,400, even if it's $1,400 per person. My gosh, the way things are high now, like groceries have gone up. I mean, everything's going up. That is not going to last you no time. You know,
So that's something to think on there. Let's see here. This kind of disturbs me because, all right, I know that the United States, Trump initiated this of making the vaccine, and we've got some put up in case of emergency. You've got this group over here, Harry and Meghan, demanding that the United States share what we've got put up for our citizens. Do you really think that's a good idea to give away what we've got up for our citizens in case there's another problem?
I'm about tired of Harry and Meghan. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
I'm about tired of them. Why don't they go down to the border and work it?
Yeah, go to the border. Or how about go back home?
Do something, tell everybody what to do. Head on down to the border.
I just don't think, you've got to look out for your citizens first. That's your job as the president of the United States, is look out for your people first.
Right.
And then we can help out other countries. We're not saying don't do that, but your people matters first. Just some thoughts there on Harry and them.
That's right. I mean, everybody has not even gotten vaccinated for whatever reason.
It's about half of the United States that hadn't, isn't it?
I'm sure, because a lot of people, including myself, are unsure about it. I don't know about it.
Now, as we continue this Harry Meghan thing, and I normally don't even dig into their stories because it's just so much drama with those two. I think she is wearing the britches up in that little royal family there, and he's lost his, and she's taken over the head of the household. Here's the next one. Their ratings have plummeted since the funeral there. Of course, they're doing podcasts, trying to sell it. They've made millions already. If it all were to dry up tomorrow, they're okay. They've got enough money to make it on their own from now on. But their ratings and popularity is sinking there since the funeral. And you can't tell me that she didn't go to that. She used I'm pregnant, and the doctor said I can't travel. Now, it sounds like an excuse. Maybe it's the truth.
Right.
But it sure sounded like she just really didn't want to attend. He did go back. I'll give him credit for that.
Well, I guess the firstborn that they had would be a British citizen, right?
Since
it was born in, wasn't it born in?
I think, but I can't be.
The next one, though, will be born in the U.S. So
it sure sounded
citizen, I would think.
Because he's no longer officially a royal, and it wouldn't be like he's over here as a diplomat. Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm just tired of them, though. I'm just like, have your babies. Go about your own business. We're tired of it.
Go visit the housewives of Atlanta if you want to fight with somebody, and leave us alone.
The Real Housewives of Royal.
So we're going
ex-royal.
It'd be different in Meridian, I think, if they had a Housewives of Meridian. I think it'd be totally different.
It's so funny you say that. When I went in one of the little hardware stores that has a gift shop in it in Meridian, they had Real Housewives of Meridian on one of those tea towels. It was cute. I thought it was cute. And it was like an old-timey picture of a housewife, like baking cookies or something.
It would be funny, I'll have to say. That concept would be good there. LaWanda said dual citizenship.
Okay.
If it's born here, though.
I thought if it was born here,
maybe you apply
it would be a U.S. citizen. I don't know. Yeah.
This bothers me about the IRS because if we'll remember during the Obama administration, do you remember the Tea Party that is probably long gone now? How they were picked on by the IRS. Anything that they wanted, they went through and tried to cause trouble through them. Biden is wanting to give $80 million to squeeze the rich a little bit harder to help with this when it comes into the IRS, to where you have to only, I don't have any proof of this, but it makes you wonder if it'll be more investigating people that, well, maybe aren't with the same liking of what they do.
Don't you think just a little smidgen of that is directed towards Trump?
No, I'm sure.
I mean, I think they're going to try anything they can. You know, it's like a personal vendetta.
Now, and this was definitely pointed at Trump, and I shared this from Franklin Graham, which is Billy Graham's son. I don't know if you saw that, to where the spill about the flag. Trump had, and I agree with him 100%, foreign soil representing the United States, one flag, and that is the United States of America. They have now approved out of the Biden administration to have the that rainbow flag fly underneath the American flag.
On the same pole.
Yeah, that does not represent, that's not the American flag. And that's, to me, sends us a false, you shouldn't do that. One flag, and if you hadn't read the article, it's on my page there from Franklin Graham of what he thinks of that.
Well, if you don't, do you remember Obama when he was in office? They lit the White House up in rainbow colors.
He did. I do remember that now.
Yeah. So
it is a different time that we're living in here.
It is.
This happened yesterday. Now, and remember, free speech. I am almost to the point to where it's.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're trying to silence everybody, you know.
Anything that you say can and will be used against you at a later point. Here's the headline. This guy loses his job for saying something. Did he say stupid? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
You look stupid is what he said.
Stupid. Now, there's probably, I'm sure, on all these little riots on the street where people are trying to eat their meal and people come up to them and are yelling at them and saying things. I'm sure they've said a lot worse than you look stupid.
Now,
Nothing's been done to them.
This guy, the CEO of the company, and we'll show his picture in a second, didn't downgrade this guy. He just goes, you look stupid in that.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I disagree with your lifestyle. And I don't know what this person's lifestyle is whatsoever. He just said, you look stupid. And he lost his job immediately. This is him. They videoed him saying it, and the company that he worked for, and I think that was in Nashville, he was fired immediately.
That is so wrong that he was fired. Because if I'm not mistaken, when we watched the video, the guy videoing him
was trying to
said,
bait
well,
him.
you look like a moron.
He did.
Okay, I wonder if he lost his job.
Probably not. But, you know, and we say this just to, there's cameras rolling everywhere, people trying to get you into, you know. So just thoughts on that. Hey, we brought up one royal, and we talked about Kate, who is probably going to be the Queen of England before too long. They read a news story about her going to the farm with her husband. And the thing says she wears her $600 boots, and then it goes, that are 17 years old. Does it matter? She's saving money.
I mean, they still look new to me. I mean, they still look.
Oh, girl takes care of her stuff.
Who cares how old they are? I mean, my goodness.
So I just thought I would share that and $600, let me tell you, for a pair of good boots is not really all that expensive when you come. Because if you go out, what you cutting them eyes for over there?
I wouldn't pay. Personally, if I had it, I even wouldn't pay $600 for a pair of boots. I'm just frugal like that.
Well, I happen to own, and it come with his own little garage. Let me just say that.
Really?
My Ostrich Boots, and if you've ever worn a pair of boots, Ostrich is the best made boot that it feels like you're wearing tennis shoes.
Yeah.
And they tend to cost more than that. And I've had them 15, 20, they last you a lifetime.
Yeah. They would have to last me a lifetime if I paid
So
that.
you're saying you wouldn't
wear them every day.
You wouldn't let your husband get a new pair of boots?
$600 boots.
Well,
I would do my best to talk him down.
I don't think you could get them for $6 now, but I'm just saying every man deserves to have a pair of those at least once in his lifetime.
I would, if he wanted them and he works. I mean, I would probably say, I'd be like that guy. That's stupid.
But you know, as you get into boots, you can also get them custom made to where you go into the shop and they sit down and they trace your foot and they hand make them for you. And I ain't even gonna tell you what a pair of those boots cost.
Oh, I mean, I would imagine they'd be like. I'm just not myself. I'm not doing that.
I don't buy much,
that's just
but
me.
a man needs a good pair of boots and a good hat. Don't be buying cheap hats.
But this would be my thing. If you spend more on something like boots like that than you would like a gift
For who?
for like me.
Well, what I'm trying to say here is you can't put a price tag on gifts. It's given from the heart.
Right. Okay.
I mean, you wanted a sugar bowl. You got a sugar bowl for Christmas. Just saying there. It is funny, but there are, like when it comes to food, sometimes like the Miracle Whip, or if you like Blue Plate, there's just certain things that there is no substitute for it. And sometimes cost is not a matter because that's what you want. And you're going to keep it a lifetime. Just say it.
I'm so weird.
Did I make a good case over here?
Yeah, like look, I was at Walmart. Okay, this is like just, and I needed a makeup bag that cost. This is how cheap I am.
Here comes the cheapness.
Okay, and I had bought groceries and everything, but I was like, you know what? I need a makeup bag. I need a new makeup bag, so I'm just gonna go over there and get me a little inexpensive makeup bag. Wait a minute, $16. But when I got up there and I rung up all my other groceries, I was like, I really don't need this.
So you put back your makeup bag?
I did not get it. I'm just like that, though. I'm just like, this is not a necessity, so I didn't get it. I could have got it. And when I got home, my husband was like, why in the world did you not get it? Because, I mean, seriously, I'm weird.
I don't buy many things. I really don't. Yeah. But when I want something and I got to have it, it took me 15 years before I finally bought me a scope. Each year I think, boy, I sure want that. And I just couldn't make that step. And I finally did it.
Yeah. If I pay a lot for something, you can guarantee I have like ran over it in my head like hundreds of times. Do I really need this? Okay. I've got a plan. Seriously. It's great. I'm weird though like that, I
guess. But
everybody
has their hang up. There's certain things that you don't blink an eye at. Got to have it. And then there's others, and it may not be really expensive as your makeup bag that makes you go,
I guess it's because like we talked about the other day, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I guess stuff can be, like we talked about, money can be gone just like that,
Well, and then you go back to that generation before us that went through the Great Depression. That's a group that really thought about that. And now the generation after you and I charge it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And see, I'm like, I don't want a charge card. I did break down and like got a Children's Place card when they asked me not too long ago. Do you know that made my credit score go down 20 points?
Really?
Just getting a Children's Place card. And the day I got it, I like paid off my purchase that I made that day. I had to use the card to get what I got, and I paid it off that day with my debit card. It was really.
But you think about this: an average home now is going to be anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 on the low end. Homes are just, especially with lumber. All right, so just say you got a $200,000 house note. Well, you got to have a car. If you go get a new Tahoe, brand spanking new, not pre-owned, we're talking $70,000.
Yeah.
If you go get you a F-250, which is pull a trailer, they're racking somewhere between $60,000 to $80,000. There is no such thing as a new car for $15,000 anymore. Okay, then you got to have some groceries. Oh, we got to insure the house, the car, our life. There ain't no money left at the end of the month.
I know. I know. I have anxiety.
And all I'm saying is don't overdo yourself.
Yeah.
Get what you need, but don't overdo yourself to where you can't make your payments.
I mean, think about all that before, but
consult Candace. Just inbox her and say, what should I do? This is like Dear Ann Landers.
Look, because I came through a time where money was so tight, I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
And so now, like, if I have any put back, I'm like, I ain't spending that. I mean, I'll get a little bit here and there of something, but I'm just like, I know how hard it is to come by. So.
And let me scare you with this. 1987, me and Angie were just about to get married, and I decided that radio is what I wanted to do. I had a regular job, and I took a gamble on going into radio. All right, now I was the overnight guy as low as you could get in radio because that's where you start out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I made a year doing that? But I gambled everything I had to do it. And I'm going to tell you, we eat pork and beans was all we could afford. Take a wild guess what I made a year.
I don't know.
$8,000 is where I started out. $8,000 a year. But I wanted it bad.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do. And it took years to where, you built up to where you actually made something. But $8,000 a year, that was that position doesn't even exist anymore in radio. The overnight guy, he's gone.
Yeah.
But that's where I learned to do what we do now. But boy,
And you're good at it. You're really good
thank
at
you.
it.
But I want to tell you something. $8,000 a year.
That is
Angie
super
Ray,
tight
she
money.
squeezed some dollar bills back in those days. But I was happy as a camper now. I didn't even know that I was poor. Does that make sense?
Well, when you love what you do, that means, that speaks volumes.
It does.
It really does. And you're dedicated to it, which is what you were, So, and, that is tight, though, $8,000 a year.
Oh,
So,
it was bad back in the day. Woo, have mercy. Anyway, enough about that.
Hopefully we have not bored y'all with our talking
Depressed
about
you.
ourselves. Yeah.
Michael Jackson's estate is not going to have to pay another person that says sex abuse. And they said the company is not liable for what he did or did not do. So Michael Jackson's estate moves forward there. Now, this is called taking the law into your own hands. It's another country, Brazil. And
Literally taking it.
yes, a lady was raped.
Yes.
And her boyfriend tracked down the guy who done it, and I'll let you read the headline there. Fed it to the pigs.
Well, you would let me read that, wouldn't you?
I don't even know how to say it.
Sex attacker takes a man's manhood
Good
and
line.
his partners
Partners.
and feeds them to the pig. Takes them off of his body, feeds them to the pig.
Hello.
Yes.
Now, since the girlfriend didn't report it, he's not going to be charged. They did fix it to where he could go to the restroom, but he can't do anything else ever in life again.
Well, I bet he don't try that again.
No,
though.
because you know why? He can't. That's been...
That takes a whole new meaning to like some of these countries hacking a finger off when you steal
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that would... you want to talk about a dramatic drop in crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some countries you steal something, they cut your fingers off.
Yeah, they don't play. And, yeah, I'll leave that be. But
This
you're
is
absolutely
horrible, though.
right. This is another one of those countries here. This is Afghanistan over there. When the United States pulls out, here's the headline here. They fear the Taliban is going to take back over. And most likely they will. And all of these countries, people that believe in these other countries and their laws and think the
Yes.
United States is such a bad place to live. Look at this picture here. This is a woman here. And I'm trying to remember what she said
She
something.
had spoke to a man on the phone, is
Yeah.
what it said. Yeah, she spoke to a man on the phone, so she got 40 lashes. Now, if y'all have never watched the movie, I watched it not long ago, and I think I mentioned it. Not Without My Daughter, I think is the name of the movie. And Sally Field starred in
seen
that
it.
movie. She had married, I want to say he was an Iranian guy, or it was something from another country. But she married a guy from another country. They lived in the United States. When she married him in the United States, they lived here. He took her, and they had a child, and they went back home to visit. Well, he wanted to stay there, but she did not know that she had absolutely zero rights to her child since she married into that. And when they went to that country, they were now a citizen of that country. They were no longer a United States citizen anymore because she was wanting to go back home, and they're like, we can't help you. So she was stuck over there. And another lady who was an American citizen at one time who had also married a guy of that country, she become friends with, and she was trying to get that lady to help her get back home. And she's like, do you know what would happen to us? And they were talking about stuff like this.
Yeah,
That's
well,
horrible.
Let me break this down. This is a chick flick. There's no Clint
But it
Eastwood in
is
this
a
movie.
good movie. And I think it's based on a true story. I think it is based on a true story.
Chick flick.
So,
Chick flick.
they don't mess around over there.
No, they don't.
And I don't agree with that. That's awful. That's horrible. But
Now, this is unproved where we go here next. But if this is true, the full extent of the law the wrath of the law should come about on this. If it is true, we do not know. It's a lot of rumors at this point, but these are the headlines. John Kerry, did he really tell Iran the secrets of what was going on with Israel? Did he do that? If he did, there is no place that he should be in the United States. Again, it's all alleged at this point, but you've got a leader saying it did happen. He's denying.
a lot of stuff went on back then, though, like Benghazi. Do you remember,
Yeah.
what happened in Benghazi? And supposedly Joe Biden, he was the vice president at the time. And supposedly they knew about what was fixing to happen to our guys at the American embassy over there.
And they called and called and called.
And they said, this is fixing to happen. They're going to attack our people. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They did nothing. Hillary Clinton knew about it. She did nothing. And they drug our men out in the streets.
They did.
They brutally beat them, killed them, all kind of like awful, awful things. And I want to say drug them down the street.
They did.
Horrible, brutal murders. But we elect this man president of the United States. And he knew about that.
Charlie Daniels, every day of his life while he was alive, sent it out once a day. Never forget Benghazi. Did you see it on Twitter? He done it every day.
I can't even imagine.
It's hard to wrap your brain around.
It is. It's hard to wrap your brain around that they just let people. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They let these people be killed.
As
they
you
could have
dig
done something and got them out there.
deeper into this, of these people that are now trying to run the United States, and in a lot of the big cities, this has become the norm of defunding the police and vote because it does matter.
Yes.
You look at this. This goes on in New York. A cop is filling out a report. Look at this. Guy just comes up behind and hits the cop. He's injured. He's going to be okay. But that is the new norm. Attack a police officer. That ain't the way it needs to be. This is the U.S. of A.
What kills me, look at the lady walking in the background. She don't even blink an eye. She just keeps on walking like it's just normal everyday activity,
Doesn't pay any attention. None of them do.
It's crazy to me.
So that's the world we're living in.
Awful.
And again, we don't agree with that at all. At least I do not.
I don't either. I mean, that's horrible. It's
You
horrible.
you and I
Craziness.
carry some of the same beliefs, except some of the things that you put your poor husband through. And outside of that, we're good.
I don't put my husband through awful. Look.
I'm just teasing.
Sure.
Let's take a moment and talk about our friends over at Snowden and Company. As we mentioned homes before, this is a big investment for you, and you want to make the right decision with it. Let somebody that does this every single day, and again, I'll say this many, many times. I know this young lady personally. I endorse her. I give her a thumbs up there. Amanda will really help you when it comes to finding your home, or if you're sitting back now going, maybe I want to sell my home and get something smaller, or maybe I need to go bigger, let her sell your home that you've got now.
That's right.
Find the home that's perfect for you and your family. If it's time to sell, there's a big demand for homes right now in our area. People want those.
That's right. A lot of people will try to sell their homes on their own for sale by owner. And,
Right.
And, that could be a great thing for you, but it could also be a disaster for you.
It can be.
Because if you put a price on your home, you could be shortchanging yourself.
You could be.
You really could. So get with Amanda at Snowden Realty, Snowden and Company, real estate, and, let them tell you what your home is worth.
That's right. They'll
And
do
let them
that.
handle all the
They'll
paperwork.
dig into it, and of course, there's no hidden stuff in your paperwork. They're going to tell you exactly what's in there. Some places that you move have codes that maybe that you can't build a building here. Know all that before you go in. She'll have that for you. They specialize in homes in Lauderdale County, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, all these areas here. Here's a few homes that they've got. We'll share some more pictures. They'll be there today until 5 p.m. and then by appointment on Saturday and closed on Sunday. Snowden Company. Let them sell your home. See Amanda, a real good girl. Poplar Springs Drive is where she's at. Call them at 453-3937. Find out why so many people do use Snowden and Company Real Estate. Good girl. I can't brag on her enough there. So Wednesday is here as we head toward the weekend. You already got everything planned out? Doing any barbecuing in the backyard this weekend?
No, I need to be painting again. I'm trying to debate still about painting our kitchen cabinets, if we want to pay to get it done or we want to tackle it ourselves. So I don't know.
Let me relate what that really means. No supper for 3 weeks as she does it on her own.
That's the only thing I hate, my house being torn completely apart.
Well, you can't, number
Stuff
one, you
being
really
everywhere,
can't use your kitchen. And then
Yeah.
after that, do you really feel like going in and cooking anything after you've worked on something like that till 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'd have to take off work, like my regular job,
Yeah.
to get stuff like that done because it would drive me insane. Like having my doors off all my cabinets and everything being exposed, that would drive me crazy.
It is annoying when you do that.
But I don't have major plans, for the weekend. So, I do have a wedding, though, to do. If she's watching this morning, she's like, do you forget about I'm getting married Saturday? You're supposed to do hair and makeup. I have to go do that on Saturday at 1:00.
Did you have the talk with her? Make sure that you know what you're doing here. Do you love him forever?
Oh yeah, she came.
Until
and-
death do you part. Did you throw that line in there?
No, I know she loves him.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Not everybody
Yes.
knows what they're getting into.
She's my age, and this is her first time to get married.
Well,
I'm
congratulations.
I'm so excited for her, Suzanne. She's a good girl. Sweet.
Is it like a big wedding and all?
I don't know exactly how many people. It's going to be here in town. They're living in Texas now, but she's coming back to get married.
You know what
in
the
Meridian.
best part of a wedding is?
What?
The green punch.
The green punch. But anyway, she's a sweet girl, and I'm very, very excited.
Well,
for her.
congrats to her. As we look at other things that are going on across America, this is serious. This cybercrime stuff that is happening. Russian hackers have gotten into the D.C. Police Department, and they're threatening to give informants names, which means it would be murder with the local gangs. So I don't know where this ends, what the protection will be. Because, that happened locally. Somebody in Clark County not long ago, they hacked a system and wanted money for their police department records. It's just, I don't know how you block from this.
Yeah, I don't either. All that ransomware and all that kind of stuff, I don't understand all that. But
So watch what's on your computer there, because somebody can steal your information there. It's going to happen. It's a recall. They talked about it for months, and they went out door to door getting signatures. In California, a recall is headed. Over 1.6 million people have signed to have Gavin Newsom out of office. Now, tell them who.
look, and here's who they have to choose from so far
Yeah.
to replace him. We have Caitlyn Jenner, that used to be Bruce,
Yep.
was a man, now claims to be a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Randy Quaid, that was Cousin Eddie, emptying the camper.
Yeah.
Hose.
Right there from National Lampoon's.
Right. Yeah, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Cousin Eddie. Yeah, he's running.
And now, there could be somebody else running that we don't know about.
Right.
But
yeah. But can you imagine? I was telling Scotty Ray, can you imagine the debate between these two? I was listening earlier to somebody talk about it and how funny it would be. Because can you see him being nice?
No.
I can't see him.
I can't either.
And they were talking about how, like, not long ago, just several years ago maybe, or maybe it hadn't even been that long ago, that he was running from law enforcement, and because he had torn up a hotel room.
Randy.
Yeah. And he was running from the law because they were going to, like, have him arrested for it. And so he went to Canada to try to get a citizenship and then was denied.
He had to come on back.
Right. So they were saying this morning, they were like, so is he still, like, considered on the run? Like, is he going to come back to California to politics? Or is he just going to do it from a distance?
Politicians in America. But California.
Crazy.
And, and we brought that up to where, they're losing a seat in Congress. And those ideas of people that voted that
two
way.
seats,
yeah.
right.
And then
They're
they move to
losing.
another state. Are they going to vote the same way and turn that state into what they're leaving?
Well, supposedly those two seats will possibly go to the next populated
Texas.
highest
Florida.
populated. Yeah, Texas and Florida.
That's who's getting them. First time ever in the history of California that they've lost a seat. Should tell you a hint of something's
Yeah.
going on. Up under the gavel, you ever been to an auction before?
I've seen it. No, I have not been.
This is pretty neat. The oldest whiskey that exists is going up for auction. J.P. Morgan is auctioning. $40,000 is what is expected. Made in the 1700s. Once owned by J.P.
That is weird. But talking about whiskey, we were at Lowe's the other day.
Had you been
in the
drinking?
garden department? No, I hadn't been drinking. In the garden department, they have whiskey barrels that are cut in half to where you can plant your plants in them.
Oh.
And they're actual whiskey barrels. You can, like, stand next to them and smell the whiskey
from the
that
original.
was in. I'm serious. It's like it's
Interesting.
odd.
I didn't know
that. Doesn't have
that.
to do with that, but I just had to bring
She
that
just
up.
had whiskey on her
It's
mind
strong.
over there. There is a police officer, a corrections officer that worked at a jail, so to speak. She ignored, she's going to be charged with homicide here because she didn't tell him to protect somebody that was on suicide watch. She ignored it. They did commit suicide, and they're looking at charging her for murder.
Well, she should have said something for sure.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
should.
That's a life lost,
And
Not that you can stop them every time, but at least put a little effort.
what do you think happened there with Jeffrey there?
Huh?
Epstein, what was his name? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, do I think that was a legitimate suicide?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that. And I think most Americans think, not provable, but I think a lot of Americans think something fishy went on. Somebody turned back, a camera just happened to go out. Ooh.
I think he probably, maybe somebody thought maybe he was going to tell all on some people.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't the only one fixing to go down.
Yeah.
I know a lot on other. Yeah,
And they call that hushing somebody in the United States is what they do.
I'm surprised Miss Ghislaine or whatever.
Yeah, I can't
Maxwell,
pronounce
I'm surprised she's lasted as long as she has.
it. You're right.
You know.
We thought we'd share this picture. This is pretty cool. In the amongst of some horrible weather, a tornado is coming at you, but off in the distance, you see this, a rainbow.
I know.
This was in Texas.
This is an ironic, I told Scotty Ray, this is kind of an ironic picture of our world today. Like on one side, you have the rainbow, which is supposed to signify the promise of God.
Right.
And then you got the tornado over here that's like trying to tear everything up.
You're right.
So,
But that interesting picture there.
yeah.
And you look at that lightning. Thunderstorms are beautiful all at the same time. That's horrible. Them things tear up some things. But there also is just fun to look at pictures of weather and the destruction that can happen so quickly. I don't know if there's a name for that or not, a particular one. As we go back to the police department thing, we've mentioned this over the last few weeks. Very hard. Can you imagine applying to be a police officer now? And it's starting to show. Louisville, Kentucky, they're down 300 officers, give or take one or two there, from where they should be. They're approved up to 1,300 and something, and they're barely at 1,050 or 1,100 police officers. No one's applying for it, and that's from people that have retired or just left that couldn't take it anymore. Why would that happen? Well, your leaders don't have your back anymore.
I wonder what would happen, like, if you could not get people to be a police officer. I mean, would you deputize everyday citizens and have them
I don't know that
citizens arrest?
I don't think America would do it anymore. What will happen once that police department, it will be the wild, wild west again. Justice will be served when it happens. And we don't want that because this is America. Right. But without a police force, where's it headed?
I mean, what do you do? Yeah. You don't have people just running wild.
I think that there will be a group of people that will hate that they ever said defund the police in the end. I think it's going to come back to haunt them.
Well, I mean, they just contradict themselves so much by saying defund the police, and then that's the first people they call when something doesn't go their way. Or,
that's right.
Or when they feel threatened or whatever. You know, they want security guards to give them a escort if they feel like they're threatened in any kind of way, but I don't know.
You're not going to yell security.
Security.
Gosh, that was funny. Mississippi makes it to national headlines again. Fox News carried this. We brought it to you last week of the kicking crab. It makes it national news now of the video of the big fight that took place in the restaurant in Jackson, Mississippi. Still no arrest in that, to my knowledge. They're looking for them. But as we watch Jackson, Mississippi each day, there's more murders, there's more crime.
Right. It is. It's a high rate of crime right now.
Last night, as soon as we got off the air yesterday, I shared a story of a police officer that was killed in New York yesterday morning. He was directing traffic at 2 a.m. There'd been a horrible wreck. Someone comes along and runs over him. It ended up being a drunk driver. And then I start reading the story as they make the arrest of the person that did this. The lady that hit him had been on our podcast 2 hours before using words that we can't repeat of what she thought of the police. Ran them down. This is her. This is a picture of the podcast that she was on, drinking, partaking of marijuana, and telling why she doesn't like the police.
Doing shots right there?
Yeah. This is the gentleman who had young kids that lost his life. This is the person who doesn't believe in police killing one, drinking and driving. The most she'll get is 15 years. And again, accused at this point because she has not been to a trial yet and been convicted. But sad state that America is in.
That's right.
That this stuff happens here. And I wanted to share that with you.
Just out directing traffic.
Yeah. Trying to provide for his family a better tomorrow. And that happens to you. And that's just one of the stories. There's many, many more of these each day that happen across America. Back to blue is what we're saying.
Right. Always.
And as we talk about the temperatures as we start to warm up next week, here it comes, because I showed the demographic over the next 10 days. Warmer weather is in our future, and if your air conditioner is not working right, I want you to call our friends at Sanders Gas, where they can come out and do a tune-up. For $69.99, they'll come out and tune up your system there, get all your coils cleaned to where it works a lot better. And trust me, it's just like a car, changing your oil, making sure that things are tuned and run good. Your unit lasts so much longer. Talk to them today. Chuck will get somebody out if you have an emergency. Your air quits and you're sweating, they'll get somebody out there that day to work on it because they know that you don't want to go to bed that night and sweat. Or freeze.
We've had several times like ours on the inside unit freeze up because lack of Freon, or something. The Freon, you have. So
it happens.
It's a good idea to get it checked before we get to that point.
That's right. As you look at other things that Sanders Gas has to offer, now you've heard me talking about the gas logs. If you're building a home, make sure to put that in there because you can always back up to the fire and be warm. Also, they got one of the best generators out there. That's the Generac brand that will keep your house chugging and lugging when everybody else is dark in the neighborhood. Automatically turns on and runs your household. Very affordable. Talk to them about this. And also, gas, if you're needing water heaters, they have the tankless, all at Sanders Gas. Talk to them today. 22nd Avenue is where you'll find them, right before the police station on the right. Real safe up in there.
It is. But yeah, I mean, these Generac things, they're a good, good investment.
I'm for $25, I'll let you take your picture of mine.
Okay.
You want to have a family portrait made?
Sure. Be a good backdrop.
Oh, have mercy. Let's see here. I posted this just a second ago on our page before we went on. Let me show this. This is live from Facebook right here. Right there. The cops are chasing somebody in Florida, and she's fixing to run off the road. Here it goes, and off through the air she goes through a car dealership, hitting 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah, if they live through that, it'll be a miracle.
That was in Tampa, Florida is where that happened.
And you can imagine who's probably going to get blamed for it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Shouldn't have been chasing.
She could have been robbing a bank and somebody trying to get after her. Or she could have shot somebody. Who knows why they were
what her
after
crime
her.
was.
But it will be.
But I'm telling you, that car, when it went in the air, it was getting it. So that's a quick look at what's going on across America at this moment as we come into this Wednesday. Again, the last week of April here, we're headed to May.
I cannot believe this. Yeah, Saturday's May the 1st.
Yeah, we're into this year 5 months. You already need to be picking out your Christmas stuff.
May is a busy month for me.
Graduation?
Yeah, my son graduates on the 17th. Like Monday and Tuesday of next week, we have an awards night, and then he is in chorus at the school, so they have a concert.
I thought you were going to say court. And I was going to say, what's that one on?
No, chorus. And so I think he's singing a solo or a piece of a solo. So I'm gonna get to listen to that. I'm proud of him. I am.
You should
And then
be.
he's joining. He's already joined the Guard, so he'll
So
be going
how
off
long
to boot
does
camp.
he get to be home before he has to go to boot camp? How does that work?
We don't know an exact date. We're thinking in June is when he'll go. I've already started like crying. I mean, I've already had many breakdowns about it. So I don't know. He's never been away like that, and he keeps saying, "Mama, I'm gonna be fine.
Don't you
Mama,
tear
I'm
up
gonna
on
do
me.
it."
Woman, don't you cry on me over
Look,
there.
he keeps saying, "Mama, I'm gonna be fine." I'm like, "But you don't eat good." He is the most pickiest eater, and I've been trying to get him to like branch out and try some things, here and there, and he's like, "Mom, I'll be fine."
This is Elvis's mama that would show up with the forks at school.
Look, I told him, I said, and they're going to be ugly to you. And he's like, "Mama, I can take it." I'm like, "Don't make me come to San Antonio."
Oh, you want to talk about embarrassment?
Don't make this mama come up to the military base.
You'll get to go to the big award ceremony once that's all said and done.
Hopefully, yes, because like last year, I think when the people who graduated last year with all the COVID mess, the parents didn't get to come. So I hope we do get to be there, But I'm very proud of him. I'm just,
and you should be.
I mean, it's just a mama thing, I
right.
think, but.
I had Charlene Etheridge ask, and I assume by the message, Scotty Ray, can I burn? I'm assuming you mean, can you make a small fire outside and do something?
Yeah.
We don't have there's no burn ban that I'm aware of. Today we don't have any gusts, but tomorrow is 20-mile-an-hour gust. So tomorrow is definitely a no, but I don't see anything that says you shouldn't. There's no burn bans or anything like that happening yet.
Charlene, if you have my luck,
it's going to get away from you.
There ain't no wind in sight for a month, and you let me light up a little bitty brush fire, and it's going to be like a big, whirlwind come up, because I can't stand that. It scares me. But anyway, be careful if you do.
I've had them get away from me. I am not. There's some people that are so brave when it comes to burning, they'll do anything.
Yeah.
Not me, because
I know. I mean, I've seen people light the big thing of, pile of brush that they're trying to burn. I mean, it'd be huge, taller than their house. I'm like, you are brave. I ain't doing that. We had the
pine straw is what she's in the middle of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
usually all. I think that probably burns pretty quick, but I don't know. Still, I'm scared of it. I don't like it. Be careful.
Rake you a circle as to where you want it to go, because.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've often heard of put a dirt.
Yeah, a barrier
thing around or barrier around it. Yeah.
They do, what do they call it? Where they bulldoze around if you're doing a large area. I could not do that. Scott McQuaid, where are you? Scott does that for a living, to where he does the burns on God bless him.
Control burn type stuff.
I couldn't do it. McQuaid, you are the man, is all I got to say there.
Linda Jane Lunsford says she's going to San Antonio in June, and you check on my son.
Isn't that sweet?
It is. It's so sweet. I think he's going to do good. I know he will, but I'm just going to be worried. I told him, I said, I'm going to write you every day. I'm going to write you I said, it might just be, hey, this is going on here, blah, 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 I love you.
Can somebody say overbearing mama?
Well,
Candace, leave that boy alone. Let him grow up to be a man.
I am overbearing. I'm just going to say, yes,
Can you imagine when he marries what she's going to do to that poor wife?
I will be nice. I'm going to be
you'll
nice.
be over at their house every night going, hey, what you cooking? What you doing? My baby doesn't like it that way.
No.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
If anybody can cook anything to please him, more power to him. He would eat a steak every day of the week. He loves steak on the grill.
Y'all watch, see what happens here. Let us say
he's going to kill me for talking about him. He's going to like, Mama, would you please quit talking about me?
I'd be embarrassed too if I was him.
Oh, you hush.
I'm just telling how it is. We want to say thank you for watching us today. And somebody pointed this out the other day for those that are watching from all across the United States. This is Meridian, Mississippi, where we're from.
It is.
And I'll try to say that more.
I know you can't tell by our accent, but we are from the South.
No, I wouldn't have picked up on
Southern.
that at all.
Southern.
But again, thank you for joining us. A big thank you to all the sponsors that make this happen every day. We couldn't do it without you as well. And most of all, you, the listener, that is here every day that joins us. Thank you so much. Anything that you need to close out with and let everybody know? There's a fly by your head.
There's a gnat.
It's a gnat. It was close.
A gnat. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have anything other than just have a blessed day and hope everybody stays safe. I mean,
all right.
Enjoy the pretty day that we're going to have.
We'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early at 8:30 right here. Scotty Ray's Weather. Join us, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, any of those places live each day. And again, we'll see you tomorrow.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by